Big up, guys. At last, I'm here. At last. Major apologies. I've delayed this for so long. Uh, yeah, and I don't know what's going on with this thing. I still keep disappearing or whatever on here. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, yeah, it's just this weather, guys. It's just doing my head in. I'm just getting too hot. Trying to get cooled down, ready to do this because, it's hard to do stuff like this when you're hot and bothered. And this weather is just, it's just like a sauna at the moment. It's just absolutely boiling hot. And I think today's been like 36, 37, 38, something like that. So it's just been mad. Just been mega hot, we're in roasting conditions now at the moment. So, yeah, just trying to get myself ready for the actual stream. And also other bits of news coming up about it as well, other extra stuff. And of course, I'm going to do reaction to that shit game last night, England, boring. There's no way it's coming home, this World Cup. We're not bringing it home, guys. I think everyone should realise that. Just everyone got giddy and gassed after the Croatia one. And England are just still not that great, let's be honest. And it's Groundhog Day again. When you think they're going to be good, they're going to be great again. No, they're not. They're shit. So it doesn't surprise me, really. But I'll be talking about that in a little while. I want to get on with the transfer news first. It's quite a bit. Well, obviously, it's more news about Jensen yet again with Panathinaikos. And we're actually now also after seeing Flemming from Burnley. I know we were sort of linked with him at one stage before. I'm not sure. I never really thought he was that special, but I don't know. If we're going to get somebody, it'd be more likely to be him than a lot of these other big targets we're after, maybe. But anyway, be up to you, Luca. Hope you're good, buddy. Hope you're good, feeling cool, trying to stay cool in this hot weather. It's not easy, is it? But yeah, I'm okay, man. Just hot. Just bloody, when it's this hot, it really gets to you. But I'm trying to stay cool. Got all fans going, windows open, everything really to try and stay cool if I can. Luca again there. England should have started Rashford and Mainu. Yeah, Madueke was so bad. Yeah, O'Reilly and Rashford must start. Yeah, totally agree. The thing is, why did you get Madueke? Because he's pretty shit, mate. I don't know why you got him anyway. Arsenal, let's be honest. So, but yeah, we get into that in a little while though. That England game. Just want to go through these transfer talk, and we're going to the Jensen one first because that's just not going away. There was news about this. This was yesterday. It's just not going. Looks like for all the world he could be off, but then again, saying that his wife is maybe stopping that, and maybe we might have to thank her for this if he actually stays, because apparently she don't want to go to Greece apparently for some reason, but. If she's not going to go, he can't force her to go. The family, I guess, if they got kids as well. So really, he's going to be stuck here anyway, I think. So they could agree a deal here, but he might, because his wife don't want to go, he may end up being still stuck with Brentford. So let's get into this. Yeah, so, yeah, Panathinaikos has reportedly increased its fixed offer to Brentford for Matthias Jensen to an amount well above 6 million. Well, it's supposed to be, I think, 6 million, but it's 6,000. So I don't get this, what that says. But anyway, so euros. But anyway, it's supposed to be over sort of towards 6 million over that with bonuses. The club has also made a significant salary offer to Jensen in a comprehensive effort to convince him, reportedly offering a net annual salary that starts at 3 million. I think it's for 3,000 million euros, whatever it says there. The new coach, Jakob Niestrup, is said to be insisting on signing his compatriot, considering him ideal for the midfield. Despite the strong financial offer, Jensen remains hesitant. So his hesitation is, as I've just said, attributed to his wife's reservations about Greece and his request for more time to decide. A deal is considered difficult unless there is a significant change in the player's stance. So there you go. It's still a lot up in the area. Of course, well, if his wife don't want to go, he's got problems there. He needs more time. Well, I don't know. The thing is, if he needs more time to think, he obviously doesn't want to be here then, because he'd have already come to the conclusion that he wants to stay if he was that interested in staying. What's he got to think about if he just actually does want to go? So why has he got? I mean, yeah, he's got his wife now to think about. But at the end of the day, if you want to stay, you stay, Matthias. If you're really interested in staying with us, you want to stay. We've extended your contract. But if you want to go, just go. And, well, what are you going to do with your wife? Are you leaving her here? But at the end of the day, I don't know. This is just, well, why do we have to have all this already now? Why has this come up again? I mean, there was interest in him from Panathinaikos before. It's not the first time, but you know, we don't need all this at the moment. It needs to be sorted out one way or the other. Because you know, you think that you've triggered the extension, 1 year extension clause in the contract. You've extended that. Why should he still have the chance to go elsewhere? This doesn't seem right. I don't know what's going on. I don't get our transfer policy sometimes. It says we are interested in, you know, we would agree for him to go if they come up with the right offers and that. So I'm thinking, well, why did we trigger the extension then? If we're still willing to let him go, why did we actually trigger that then? Why don't we just say, oh look, he actually wants to go, so don't bother. Let's let him decide that he wants to go. Go. I still think we should get him loads more than 6. What is it going to be? Bonuses maybe nearer 10 million. But we've got to get more than that for him, surely. Because otherwise, it's the Norgard situation all over again, letting him go for just 12 million to Arsenal, where he hardly gets any games anyway. Yes, he's won a trophy there, but he hardly got any game time. And that's because of Arteta. He should have realised that when he went there. But no, he just wanted to go somewhere that he thought he might get a trophy with, I suppose. That's what he thought. But then if you're not going to get any game time, what's the point? Well, I wouldn't go there because you're not guaranteed to play with that stubborn prick in charge. You're no way guaranteed to play for Arsenal. But anyway, we'll forget about that. That's gone. And for me, it's just annoying. It is annoying. that, it's going to rumble on this thing, and we don't know if he's actually really definitely going to stay. For sure. It might only be because his wife may be just keeping him here, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know with this one. If he really does wanting to stay, he would have already come to that and come to that decision. I want to stay. There would be nothing else to think about. But the way it looks like is he's interested in going to Panathinaikos. So I don't know. They got to sort this shit out quickly, as far as I'm concerned. It's a real ball ache for me, this thing, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on to somebody we may be trying to sign. We could be signing. And yes, we've had interest in this player before as well. And that's Flemming. Apparently, we're looking at him, looking to buy him. I've got a few articles here, so let's do this one first. Right. Leeds United face Brentford threatening race to sign Burnley star. Burnley are again preparing for life in the Championship after coming 19th in the Premier League. The Clarence earned promotion 12 months ago, but have been unable to cement their position in the top flight. This led to a change in the dugout, with Scott Parker departing in the final weeks of the campaign after the relegation had been confirmed. No final decision has been made on his replacement just yet, but Craig Bellamy is currently the front runner for the position. The Welshman previously worked at Turf Moor as an assistant coach to Vincent Kompany before moving on to become the Wales manager. But the Lancashire outfit will be hoping he can guide the club back to the Premier League next season, provided he does sign on the dotted line. Brentford eye major Burnley move. It's been reported by journalist Ben Jacobs that Ian Flemming is attracting interest from Premier League side Burnley. I think he means Brentford, because he's playing for Burnley. Who the fuck wrote this? Declan Hart. You should be embarrassed. Shame on you, Declan. Interest from Premier League side Burnley, who he's playing for, you dick. Absolute cock. You mean Brentford, idiot. The Dutchman has a contract with the Clarets until June 2029, but a relegation to the Championship has led to some uncertainty over his future at Turf Moor. The Bees are the latest club to emerge as a possible next destination for the 23-year-old who impressed in the Premier League last season. Flemming contributed 11 goals from 29 appearances in the top flight, but it wasn't enough to keep the team in the division. Leeds United have also been linked with a possible move for the playmaker who joined Burnley in the 2024 summer window from Millwall on an initial loan deal before signing permanently in 2025. What kind of fee should Burnley ask for Ian Flemming? Comment your opinion below. Well, we'll see if there is any. It remains to be seen what the player's preference will be at this stage, but a return to the Premier League is now very much on the cards. Flemming initially helped Burnley gain promotion under Parker, registering 12 goals and 4 assists as they finished second in the Championship. However, speculation is now mounting on his future, and he can make the switch to Keith Andrews' side this summer. Brentford finished 9th in the table, earning 53 points and missing out on qualification for the UEFA Conference League due to an inferior goal difference compared to Brighton. Burnley will be holding out for a major fee in order to cash in on Flemming, who was awarded the club's Player of the Year award for his performances in the Premier League. Zian Flemming's sale is on the cards at Burnley. It'll be a big blow to lose someone of Flemming's quality, but the Premier League is calling. It was surprising that he wasn't called up to the Dutch team for the World Cup due to the strength of his performances in the division. But sides like Brentford obviously noticed how well he was playing. Burnley could hold out for between 20 and 30 million for the Dutchman, which would be a major sale that could help fund signings this summer. The reality of relegation is that it means it's tough to hold on to players of Flemming's calibre. But the Clarets still have the opportunity to at least make a major profit on the original fee paid to sign him last year. There's no comments, nothing about what they think he would be, money. They're saying there 20 to 30 mil. Is that too much for him? Quite a bit, 20, 30 mil, but I'm not saying he's a terrible player. He's not bad, but I don't know. I thought we could be looking for better than him, but I don't know. I mean, it's a more realistic signing than some of the others we're looking at the moment, I think. There is a goal threat about him, that's for sure. But let's see. Let's have a look at another article here. And there's there's this article. Apparently, because Stankovic turned us down. So Brentford moved for Zian Flemming as Stankovic turns them down. I never actually see that he'd actually properly turned us down, Stankovic. But if that's the case, well, there we go. Brentford are pursuing Burnley forward Zian Flemming, who scored 11 in 29 in the Premier League and could cost 20 to 30 million. While Alexander Stankovic rejected Brentford and Tottenham to rejoin Inter via a £23 million or €23 million buyback, seeking a role under Christian Kivu. Alexander Stankovic rebuffs Brentford and Tottenham to return to Inter via a £23 million buyback after a standout season at Club Brugge, aiming to earn a place under Christian Kivu. Brentford joined Leeds in pursuit of Burnley's Zian Flemming after relegation. The 23-year-old scored 11 in 29 in the Premier League. Burnley could seek 20 to 30 million for their player of the year. But then again, I think 20, 30 mil is still fine. I'm sure we could pay that. I'm not sure he's quite worth that amount, but there we go. I mean, if he does score goals, he's got 11 for a struggling team like Burnley, let's be honest. So, why not? Right, there's this article as well. Brentford shows interest in Burnley attacker Zian Flemming after relegation opens door. The Dutch forward scored 11 goals in 29 Premier League appearances last season. But Burnley's drop to the Championship could force a sale. Brentford is eyeing a move for Burnley attacker Zian Flemming, joining the growing list of Premier League clubs circling the Dutch forward after Burnley's relegation from the top flight at the end of the 25-26 season. Flemming, who netted 11 goals in 29 Premier League appearances last season, suddenly finds himself as one of the more attractive pieces on the summer transfer market. Burnley reportedly values the 27-year-old in the range of 17 to 20 million, a figure that reflects both his output and the club's weakened negotiating position now that they're heading back to the Championship. A familiar pattern for relegated clubs. Burnley signed Flemming permanently in May 2025 for an initial fee of £7 million, after an obligation to buy a clause kicked in from his loan move from Millwall the previous August. Flemming is contracted at Turfmoor until June 2029, which gives Burnley some leverage. A sale at 17 to 20 million would represent a tidy profit on the initial £7 million outlay, even if it means losing their top scorer. Well, they're doing a bit of a Brentford then, aren't they, really? Brentford are doing buying a player buying from a club that are doing a Brentford. You know, making a bigger profit on a player they only paid £7 million for. They're going to get a bigger sum. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. Brentford isn't the only club sniffing around. Everton, Leeds United, Coventry City and Ipswich Town have all been linked with interest in the Dutch attacker. It's funny. It's mainly a lot of clubs that have not long come up, like Leeds. Coventry had just come up last season, and Ipswich, of course. Although Everton have been in the Premier, for ages. They've never been down as far as I know. So, yeah. But a lot of the other clubs there are teams that are, not long just come up. So why are we getting tagged in with those? Shouldn't we be aiming higher than this? I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's decent. I know he can definitely get goals. But I still think we could get somebody with a bit more about him than he has. But I don't know. I mean, as I say, this should be more likely, a more likely signing than some of the others that we've been linked with and we're after, our targets. So, in that respect, maybe it's a good one. Who out of those others there? Everton, still a big club, biggest club, still in the Premier, really. Sleeping giant, you could say. Leeds United were giants at one stage of, obviously, English football, Premier and so forth. Coventry were a very big, fairly big Premier club at one stage, and they just come back up to it. Ipswich Town, yeah, were a biggish team at one stage. But out of that, though, the biggest ones you would say are Everton, the bigger name. Leeds United as a famous big club at one stage, maybe. Coventry and Ipswich just come up. Why would he want to go to a team that, they might not struggle, they might stay up, but generally teams that have just come up from the Championship do struggle and come back down again. I'm not saying they will, Coventry and Ipswich, but, Ipswich done it when they came up a couple of seasons ago. They went straight back down again. For me, though, why would you go to them clubs when you've got a team like us that are established? And probably, guess Everton as well, but, if you're going to go to a club out of those, it's got to be either Brentford or Everton, I would say. But it depends on because, why would you want to go to a club that could struggle again? Say, Coventry, but even Leeds could, you don't know. But Coventry, Ipswich could both struggle. So why would you want to go back to that again? But yeah, I don't know. He could be a really good signing. We could get him. Who knows? Flemming's versatility adds to the appeal. Capable of operating as both a centre forward and an attacking midfielder, which is good. He offers tactical flexibility. Born on 1st of August 1998, he's entering what should be his peak years. And that's something we don't always get, is those older players, peak players that, had the experience and scored goals in the bigger leagues, We don't always get that. We go for the young players to develop them and make them better. And I think he's pretty much nearly there at 27 years old. So I would think this would be a really wise decision getting him if we can. Yeah, Central Man Network. Haven't seen you for a while, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you in here. Rashford should started last night, yeah. And Saka put Gordon on in the second half. If England 2 or 3-0 up. Yeah, well, it was just poor all round, mate, last night, I thought. I thought it was pathetic. I thought it was shit from England, to be quite honest with you. I didn't think it was great at all. But yeah, getting back to this, I wouldn't mind a player like him, maybe Zian Flemming. I mean, he has had a bit of experience in the Premier now. Well, so one season, but, you know, 27 years old, why not? Let's go for a player that has had a bit more experience and kind of knows his game by now. He should do at that age. Why Brentford makes sense as a destination. There's also a direct scouting data point worth noting. Flemming scored against Brentford in a 3-3 draw earlier in 2026. Was that a 3-3 draw? We won 4-3. I'm sure they mean it. I don't remember a 3-3 draw. I'm sure we won 4-3. But anyway, the kind of performance that tends to stick in the recruitment department's memory. What this means for the market and interested clubs. For Brentford at 17 to 20 million, Flemming wouldn't break any club record fee. The question is whether Brentford can outmanoeuvre the other interested parties, particularly Everton and Leeds. Ipswich Town and Coventry City round out the list, but may struggle to compete on wages if the bigger clubs push hard. Yeah, so, yeah. There is that. Let's go do one more article on this. Yeah. This is obviously what I like going on to a bit. The Griffin Park grapevine that obviously discusses these players we're looking at, interested in, or maybe signing. And that's obviously they're saying this about Ben Jacobs again. I understand Brentford are showing interest in Burnley attacker Zian Flemming. Yeah, so I like to see their sort of opinions on here, other sort of Bees fans, of course. This one saying, I'd take him, done well for a piss poor Burnley side. Yeah, true. Yeah, they did struggle pretty badly, but he scored 11 goals there, so done pretty well for them. Would be a decent backup for Igor and gives Furo a chance to go on loan and get first team minutes. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it does make sense, yeah. Yeah, we're surmising Igor Thiago will stay anyway. I mean, I would think he may at least have one more season with us, Igor Thiago. Just one more, and then I think he'll be off. That's what I think may happen, but we'll see. Right, could also play as an attacking midfielder. So there are, you know, he's flexible with that. There are options there. He'd need to be very cheap and come with his padded pants to prevent splinters. So you're kind of saying he's going to stay on the bench. Well, I thought we give players, mainly give players minutes, game time. So, yeah. I would put him on. I mean, you know, when you've got others like, say, Kevin Schade, he isn't doing a lot, you stick him on anyway. As well, I mean, you've got to have some player with a bit of scoring ability in Nous, you know, and he seems to have it. For me, this could be a no-brainer, really. I mean, I wasn't sure if I totally rated him. I've seen him a bit, obviously seen him for Burnley. Of course, when he played against us, they said 3-3. I'm sure it was 4-3 to us, that game it was. I'm pretty sure. But, yes, he was really good. and scored against us, of course. So, I quite like this one. If this could happen, I mean, it is more realistic than some of them others, I'd say. You know, and he would be willing to come back to the Premier. We all know that. Of course, he wants to play in the Premier. It's whether we could get in ahead of those others. I think our main challenge maybe would be Everton, possibly. Bigger sort of club. I mean, Leeds, well, they did struggle last season, but they are a big club, really. Coventry and Ipswich I wouldn't bother with, just in case. I don't, how do you know they are actually going to stay up? Because most of the teams that come up always go straight back down. So I'm not sure you go to either one of those. It needs, read all that. Burnley College at work said, Burnley College, colleague, I think he means a colleague, at work said he started off as an attacking midfielder for them. Then they played him up front as their forwards were so poor. Right. He's literally a 1 in 3 man, 101 goals in 306 professional appearances. Until today, I'd always assumed he was Danish. Useful squad player, or do we think that even aged 27, he has more development in him? Wouldn't say a lot more, surely. It's a position that is needed to bridge the gap between Igor being run into the ground and Furo being ready. Would be a useful pickup. Yeah, is that what they're saying here? It could be a no-brainer for us, really. There's plenty of, articles here saying about it. There's plenty of stuff saying about him. So I would think this could happen, really. I seem to recall we rescued another good, experienced player from Burnley not so long ago. Yeah. It was just what we needed at the time. Yeah, Ben Mee. Yeah, you can't forget him. Ben Mee. Me on a free. Yeah, what signing that was. Brilliant at the time. An absolute bargain buy. Not paying anything. Well, paying his wages, of course, but he came on a free. What an absolute bargain. I mean, this could be the same. Yeah, okay, we could pay money for him, but this could be an absolute bargain. I mean, I think about this a lot more. This sounds good to me, this deal. Because I wasn't sure what to make of him when I seen him before and thought, well, would he be any good for us? And maybe he would be. So I think we should push for this one, I really do. No one's saying it's a yes from me. 35 million. No, I reckon poor Mike has taken too much sun to his head. Yeah. 35 million, yeah. Could be too much. I think we should certainly be able to pay at least 20. A bit less even, a little bit more. Good acquisition gets my vote. He knows where the net is as well. Scored goals over the last 2 seasons whilst at Burnley. Excellent player. As a cheap alternative to Igor at a low cost, then why not? Got 11 goals in the crap Burnley side last season in 29 games, so not a bad strike rate at all, really. With the season extended for the World Cup, it would make sense to have someone with Premier League experience as a backup, as we shouldn't expect Igor to play as many minutes as last season. If he's relatively cheap, then I can't see it as he fits our style of play and offers depth. Then I can see it. Sorry, yeah. Nothing over 12 to 13 million though for a guy his age. Well, I think it's going to be more than that, so we will be paying more if we're definitely getting him. I don't know. Maybe we could do a player cash deal involving Thiago. Right. Yeah, and goals from midfield is something we've lacked for a while. Exactly. You're not getting a Premier League ready goal scorer midfielder for that sort of money. No. Referring to the 12 to 13 million by what JB said. Not the normal profile for a Brentford signing, neither a youngster with fused development potential or an experienced older head, but I can see he could be a good pragmatic squad depth option. But as a 10 and or second striker, where does that leave Carvalho? I think Carvalho doesn't want to be here, does he? I think he may go to Hull, presumably on loan for a little while, and then permanently. That's what I think may happen. So I don't think Carvalho's got anything to do with it. I reckon 18 to 20 mil, yeah. A good player, but we don't really sign players at their peak ages cover, especially strikers. And we have a number of options in the attacking midfield already. Limited resale potential, though possibly he could do a Visa in a good way and be worth a fortune at 29. Another Premier League team might be able to offer him a clearer regular first team position. I'll be pleased if we did sign him, but not sure exactly what the plan would be. I don't think he'd necessarily play most games as a striker, but the fact he can fulfil both two roles is obviously attractive to us. I still don't see it. We've got Sharda and Watara who can both do time centrally. Well, I'm still not sold on Sharda. I'm sorry, I'm really not. So I'd hope we're more looking at wide attackers with pace. I think he's a better alternative than Sharda, to be honest. But there you go. Sharda hasn't really pushed on and developed like I thought he would. One place above him in the pecking order. Just wait until we play 3 10s at Grave and Spottage and blow them away. Yeah. Yes, from what I understand from Millwall supporters, he is an attacking midfielder, number 10. And Burnley just shoehorned him into the striker role last season. I think a number 10 would be useful, to be fair. Yeah. All right player, not sure he pushes us forward, and I doubt he'd be cheap. For those reasons, I doubt we'd have interest. But maybe he's the kind of player we think would be a good squad addition, where we wouldn't be able to attract better. My first thought was this guy can be a bit of a shithouse. Then I remember Damien Duff is a coach now, and it all made sense. Yeah, he done all right last season for them goals wise. Actually, I make that a 1 in 3.03, man. Never seems to do much wherever I've seen Burnley on the box. Yeah, there's some pretty good opinions about him, though. Mainly good comments. And yeah, most would take him. I pretty much agree with that. I think we should go for this guy. I really do. I think it probably is a no-brainer, really, but do Brentford do no-brainers? I'm not so sure. Yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. We'll wait and see. Continue monitoring that. We'll see what happens. But if we make a bid, I'm sure if we definitely want him, I'm sure we will bid. So, but we just got to wait and see. But let's get on to the reaction from last night, England and Ghana. Poor performance from England in this World Cup, of course. Terrible performance, I thought, not as good as the Croatia one. That almost seems to be a one-off for me, the Croatia game. Does that mean Croatia are not as good anymore? Are they ageing? Well, I think they are. Modric definitely is. But they've got some decent younger players, I think, coming through as well. They won last night, beat Panama, but only 1-0. What are they, the Croatia of old? I don't know. So, that says it all about our performance there and victory there. But when we got back to doing like this, attack against defence, Ghana, we couldn't break them down. We couldn't do it. We couldn't get through. And that's worrying. That's absolutely worrying. Yes, England 0, Ghana 0 ratings. Lacklustre performance from the three lions with same selection issues plaguing Thomas Tuchel. And we can actually rate the players here. Well, as I say, I don't think... Yes, we did. I know we hit the bar as well. O'Reilly came on and hit the bar. But it wasn't amazing going forward. I don't think we done enough to test them. Yes, a lot of players disappeared again. Anthony Gordon, definitely. I thought he was a little bit better than he was against Croatia, but ultimately not good enough. Kane didn't quite produce enough this time. Madueke's poor, I think. I don't know what the point of him is, to be honest. Anderson was decent, okay. Rice, decent. I don't think anyone was outstanding. And we just couldn't break them down. And Ghana are 73rd in the world. That's where they're ranked, 73rd in the world, Ghana. We couldn't break them down and get goals. It doesn't look good, does it? Let's be honest. That was not a fantastic performance at all last night. Yes, it's a point, though. We didn't lose. And you would think we should beat Panama. And possibly finish top of the group. But I still think we've got to be better than what we did there. I mean, so let's go through. What would we give these players? Starting with Pickford, well, they give him 5 here. A bystander for most of the fixture and was not forced into making a save, but was very, very lucky to get away with a rash change on the edge of the box. Yes, he was, which could have swayed a tight fixture in Ghana's favour. I mean, look, he wasn't going to have much to do anyway because it was attacking. They were defending, attack against defence. Pretty much, wasn't it? They were parking the bus, really. So how can you... Well, you couldn't really give him a major big points rating anyway. You couldn't. I pretty much agree with that. Yeah, let's go... Yeah, I'll go with that rating as well, 5. Reece James, yeah. Pickford raced out of his area and colliding with Prince Adu when the Ghana forward raced through on goal. Luckily for him and England, the referee sided with the goalkeeper. His performance came under scrutiny against Croatia, and despite only being involved in flashes, his decision-making in that moment should also be questioned. But that's Pickford all over. He's done that before. He really has been rash a lot of the time before, so it's nothing new. Anyway, yes, so Reece James started the game with early promise after combining well with Noni Madueke down the right, but that influence quickly faded as England's struggles became more prominent. Tuchel wanted to keep James on and take Spence off in the second half, meaning the Chelsea defender has now played 2 full games ahead of the third game. Doubts could be raised about him playing every minute of all 3 group stage games. Yeah, I'm not sure he done enough, Reece James. I don't think he was that prominent. I'll give him a 4. I thought Gay was pretty tight as usual. Oh, well, we've got Konza now. Yeah, Konza. Let's 4. Another player who was very, very lucky to escape a potentially result-defining decision in the game. Konza was clumsy in his challenge on Prince Adu when the forward raced into the penalty area, bundling him to the ground from behind. Yes, but was saved by a confusing offside flag, drawing play to an end. Yeah, he was lucky. VAR did not appear to check the incident and Konza's blushes were spared. 4 could be about right. Yeah, 4. Yeah, I'll give him 4 as well. Gahey, yeah, I thought he was decent. I always thought he's better in the defence than a lot of the others, like Stones or anything, or some of the others that they put in. Centre-back pairings were at the heart of the discussion, but this game will leave supporters and possibly Tuchel wondering if John Stones was the right call after all. I'm not sure, no, not for me. Gahey had more touches than any other player, 143, but doesn't possess the same qualities as Stones in helping to break teams down. His header that was cleared off the line would have eased the discussions post-match, but expect the centre-back conversation to be at the forefront of everyone's thinking ahead of Panama once again. I still think he's in for me, I would say, would be in there for me in the defence. So I'm going to give Gahey slightly more. I thought he was still fairly tight and good, solid. I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, 6 there. What's this other one that they asked? Have your say? Should Ghana have been given a penalty for Konza's challenge? Yeah, but then again, it was disallowed because of offside or whatever. Was it offside? So, but it was a foul for me. Yes, definitely. So 76%. He was a lucky boy there. Very lucky boy. Jed Spence, 5. A shock inclusion from Tuchel, and it was an experiment that did not pay off. Spence, who is a natural right back, who can play on the left, tended to drift infield and encroach on the space of players such as Declan Rice, hindering England's momentum and contributing to a disjointed performance. Not having a left footer at left back brings familiar problems for England. After playing Ashley Young and Kieran Trippier in the role across years gone by, England missing the overlapping runs of O'Reilly and the threat he possesses in the box too. Yes, that probably was a bit strange of not playing O'Reilly. Gives natural left-footed player for me, O'Reilly. So anyway, getting back to, as I say, that challenge, the Konza challenge, yes, it's a clear foul, got 76%, and no got 24%. So majority saying it was. But yeah, getting back to this, Spence, what would I give him? Yes, he wasn't fantastic. I'll give him a 4. A 4. Nothing special there. Elliot Anderson, 5. Anderson is an all-action midfielder, but England needed more from him in this fixture. He was clumsy in his defensive work at times and needed to be braver with his passing to progress the team forward. He had 91 touches of the ball, completing 89% of his 74 passes, but more of them needed to be directed at Harry Kane, who only got the ball 19 times. Yeah, definitely. I don't think it probably was his best game, Elliot Anderson. Don't think he was that special. Yeah, I'll go at 4. 4 for Anderson. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm just going to... Hold on, let's read this other comment. I'm just going to get a drink again in a minute. I'm just feeling really thirsty now again. Because of this hot weather, I've just got to get another drink. Next game played Stones and Gay as a centre-back duo. Yeah, possibly. I'm still not sure on Stones, but anyway, you could do that. Might be better. Anyway, guys, I'm going to quickly get a drink. I'll be back very soon to continue with this. Sorry about it, guys. Yeah, I just had to get a drink. I've got to keep hydrated. I was so hot at the moment. It's, even though I've got fans going, windows open, pretty much everything going, it's still damn hot, as we know. Temperature at the moment. Right, so let's continue with this. Declan Rice, 5. Yeah, I'm not sure he had his best game either. Rice was another player falling short of his usual standards in this game. England's set-piece prowess was clear to see against Croatia. It was a crucial avenue needed to restore their lead with Harry Kane's header on that evening. Rice's delivery in Boston was short of his previous standards, and in a game where England created as little as they did, chances from those situations were crucial. Yeah, I'd keep with a 5 though, at least 5. No, actually, you know what? 6 I'll give him. I think I'll give him 6, actually. I think most of his set pieces were good. Actually, saying that, no, they weren't, were they? No, I'll stick with. Come to think of it, it weren't that great with his set pieces this time. So 5, yeah. Yeah, Nonny Madueke 6. I think that's a bit high. I don't think he was that special. I don't think he was that great at all, to be honest. How's he got a 6? I don't get that. Madueke linked up well with James down the right in the early stages of the game, but his influence quickly fizzled out as time went on. The Arsenal winger was always a stopgap inclusion, while Bukayo Saka got to full fitness. But games like this one highlight just how much they needed him back on the right wing. Madueke would eventually switch to the left wing when Saka was introduced and looked more comfortable when crossing on his stronger foot. A good chance for the opener came when the two combined in that manner, but Saka failed to keep his header down. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 5, Madueke, though. I didn't rate him much at all. In fact, I might just give him a 4. Yeah, 4. That is all. Yeah. Jude Bellingham 7. Yeah, I thought he was decent. Probably not quite as good as the Croatia one. Oh, Central Man, you put 4 as well. Right. Well, if you want to give ratings for all of them, mate, put your ratings in. What you think, what you thought they should get. Yeah, definitely. Go for it, mate. Go for it, buddy, yeah. Put all your ratings in there, mate, for all the players. Yeah, so Jude Bellingham 7. Yeah, I thought he was decent, but I don't think he was as good as he was against Croatia. Like much of the England team, Bellingham failed to have his usual influence on proceedings, but tried desperately to step up when needed and spark his team into life. The Real Madrid man who fired England ahead against Croatia to guide them to victory was ushered away from the ball at every given opportunity, and saw his only chance on goal smothered by a logium. What's that? A logium of defenders when the space opened up. His well-timed sliding challenge on Antoine Semenyo as the only defender back to deal with the counter raised the volume from the England fans when it was duly needed. It wasn't his day, but the effort levels were there. Yeah, I'll give him a 6, I think. Definitely not quite a 7 this time. Right. Six, yeah. Right. Anthony Gordon, again, not great. Although he seemed better than he was against Croatia, but still nothing special for me. Anthony Gordon, 4, 7? I don't know why. He certainly wouldn't get 7. Given the nod ahead of Marcus Rashford, who had a lingering hamstring injury issue, but squandered another chance to impress in the starting lineup. The newly signed Barcelona forward struggled to get the beating of Ghana right back Marvin Sanaya, and even failed to trap the defender in his own box. as he threatened to give his side the lead. Gordon finally got into the game and recorded England's first shot on target in the 57th minute, but was withdrawn shortly after. England need a lot more from their wide players, and Gordon has failed to impress on 2 occasions now. Totally agree, 100% with that. If Rashford is fit, he needs to start against Panama. Yeah, I agree, and I think I'll give him a 4 as well. He really was poor again, Anthony Gordon. So 4. And obviously Harry Kane, not great either. He was not that great either this time, Harry Kane. A bystander for much of the fixture and should have won it for England with less than 5 minutes to go in the game. After Nico Riley's header cannoned off the bar, the ball fell into the path of Kane from point blank range. Yeah. In usual circumstances and considering his performance against Croatia, there is no other player you want in that scenario. However, Kane, like much of the England team, was off the pace in this game. His shot ballooned over the bar. An uncharacteristic miss on an uncharacteristic evening for the striker. Yes, they got 4. I pretty much agree. I agree with that as well. He was not good at all. So, yeah, 4. Let's get into the strikers. The substitutes. Nico Riley should have been on from the start, let's be honest. I think he's a lot better. He's a very good player, left-sided, left back, left midfield, whatever. He's got 7 there. That's probably maybe about right. The shock exclusion in the starting lineup after being replaced. He did hit the bar as well. So, you know what, I'll probably give him man of the match. At least he done something and he hit the bar. So, I'd agree with that 7. I'll keep the 7, but give him man of the match. Was replaced by Spence, but very nearly had the perfect introduction after climbing off the bench in the second half. The left back possesses a rare threat from that position with his runs into the box and saw his header crash off the bar, coming close on 2 occasions against Croatia, but it wasn't to be. So, yeah, I agree with 7 for him and man of the match. Just shows how bad England were when somebody else has to come on and play better and get man of the match, doesn't it? So, yeah, O'Reilly, 7. And now we go to another one of the substitutes. Bukayo Saka, added a bit more threat, I think. 6, maybe about right. Seemed to do a bit more when he came on, added more to the attack. So 6, probably about right. Substituted on in the second half and almost had an immediate impact after lashing onto Madueke's cross, but couldn't keep the header down. Saka posed a threat that England lacked throughout the game and highlighted just how important he is for their chances to go all the way this summer. After his header ballooned over the bar, he cut in on his favoured left foot and forced Benjamin Assar in one of just 3 saves on the night. Tuchel said the Panama game is the fixture we could see Saka starting, and after a performance like this from the 3 Lions, it is desperately needed. Yeah, so I agree. I'll give him a 6 as well. He did look fairly threatening when he came on. Sorry, guys, just yawning a bit tired. Morgan Rogers, just quickly have another drink. Rogers was brought on to replace Bellingham as England frantically searched for an avenue to break the deadlock, but failed to grab his chance to impress in the role. He had just 9 touches of the ball in 17 minutes and failed to live up to the finisher tag that Tuchel had spoken about in the build-up to this tournament. So, yeah, he didn't do a lot when he came on, Morgan Rogers. So, I'll give him a 4, I think. I don't think he was great. Ebery Eze, only 4. Yeah, he didn't do much either when he come on. Eze's introduction came to be as England looked for an increased attacking threat, but it almost had the opposite effect when he was shrugged off the ball by Issahaku Fatwa. Leading to a Ghana counter-attack. Adu then raced into the box and, as previously noted, was brought down by Konza before he could shoot. Eze's error in possession would be discussed in further depth had that situation ended in a penalty for Ghana, which it likely should have, but he escapes the limelight. What will be equally as worrying for Tuchel is the lack of impact that players like Eze and Rogers had after being introduced, with a tepid display continuing despite a change in personnel. Yeah, so Eze, I'll give him a 4 as well. Yeah, 4. Marcus Rashford, 6. Did he do enough when he came on as well? I'm not sure. Rashford was substituted on in the 83rd minute and had little time to make the same impact that he had against Croatia. He picked up a slight hamstring issue after the first game, and his limited role in this draw most likely indicates he was not fully fit. However, this was a game where England needed his pace, threat and prowess in the final third. It was a game that lacked quality, and Rashford offers that in abundance whenever he takes to the field. Right, yeah, so he got what? What did he get? 6. I'll give him a 5. I don't think he definitely wasn't as good as that at 6, no way. Rashford at a 5. So let's submit these ratings. So Saka top there, 5.6 average. I voted 6. O'Reilly 7. It's 5.6 average. Rashford Rated 5, 5.5. Elliot Anderson, rated 4, average 5.5. Rice, rated 5, average 5.4. Rogers, I've done rated 4, of course, average 5.3. Gahey, I rated 6, average 5.3. Bellingham, I've rated 6, 5.2 is the average. Konza, I've rated 4, and average is 5. Reece James, I've rated 4, average 4.8. Harry Kane, I've rated 4, average 4.7. Pickford, rated 5, average 4.7. Madueke, rated 4, average 4.86. 4.6. Spence, rated 4, average 4.5. Eza, rated 4, average 4.4. And Anthony Gordon, rated 4, average 3.8. Yeah, it was disappointing, that game. Not good at all. We have to do better than that. I mean, for me, it's not coming home the way that's going. If we keep playing like this again, he's got to change that team for the better as well. Needs more up front, more attack. Probably start with Rashford at least, probably, or Rodgers, and they need something there. They really do. Yeah, not a lot to say about that, about England last night. That was poor. And now we've got Panama, though. I think we still will qualify easily, maybe top, should be top with a win. But, yeah, it's not great, though, guys. There's definitely no way we're winning the World Cup. No way. I've said it many times, and I'm going to keep saying it. And I'm still not backing Tuchel until he does something consistently and not just a one-off game, or one game where we're brilliant and then the next we do nothing. Same again, rinse and repeat. It's Groundhog Day. But anyway, guys, please follow me on here. Get my subs back up. I'm still on 237. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. B for Life 182. And obviously I'm on Discord as well, Steve the B. Also sub to this channel, of course, Mr. B, Live Football Chat. Smash those likes and keep subbing, especially if you're new. Let's get my subs back up. Still on 237. Let's get that going up. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed this stream. I've got to go off and chill out and watch probably watch more World Cup. Try and keep cool in this weather, which is not easy. Anyway, guys, you all stay safe. Keep hydrated. Keep drinking as much as you can. Stay in the shade if you can. Get all your windows open, fans going, everything. Stay as cool as you possibly can in this weather. It's very hard. But try and do that. And anyway, guys, until the next one, the next stream, we'll probably be another Bees News transfer one, maybe. I've got to try and do a watch along at some stage for the World Cup. I don't know when it'll be. Scotland maybe tonight, that one, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce. So thanks for watching live on playback. Until the next one, guys, I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone. Bye. See you guys. Bye.